So I'm with this wonderful couple, Jennifer and Dan Digmann, who wrote this book that is so inspiring about their lives with multiple sclerosis. And it's basically a book about love, friendship, community, and family, and what they do despite MS, in spite of MS. So I want to talk to you first, Jennifer. How old were you and what were your symptoms when you were first diagnosed with MS?
I was diagnosed with MS when I was 23. It was about 5 months after I graduated from college. And I had symptoms during my senior year of college. Like I had numbness in my feet, which my doctor explained away as a poor choice in shoes, poor choice in footwear. And she told me to get a brand new pair of shoes. And sure enough, I did, and the problem went away. And then maybe 2 months later, I went and said that my hands were numb, especially my right hand. And she said that that was because this was back in 1997, so back in the day when you wrote longhand in blue book. And she said it's simply because you're finishing up your school and you're writing and you're doing so much studying. As soon as you graduate, the problem will go away, probably. And it did. She was correct. And then I started my first big girl job. And one day when I was at work, I will never forget, I was looking and there were two distinct images. In the same image, just two different places. And my left eye wouldn't abduct, it wouldn't move at all. So I went to see the doctor who said it was my bad shoes and my writing in a blue book. And she couldn't explain away the eye thing, and that's when she sent me to an ophthalmologist and he diagnosed probable multiple sclerosis, and I saw a neurologist who did diagnose MS.
Wow.
Yeah, it was, as a 23-year-old, the last thing on earth you ever expect. Because the ophthalmologist looked at my eye, because he was probably looking at my optic nerve. And before he had even done that, he told my mom and I that it was, and my mom and me, that it was either, he thought, a brain tumor or multiple sclerosis.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's about the only time in my life I was, yay, it's multiple sclerosis. That was what the diagnosis.
It gives you peace of mind just to put a name to it.
Put a name to it, a name that's not terminal, and a name that at the time I didn't know anything about MS, but it didn't seem certainly as daunting or as life-threatening as cancer.
So when you were a little girl, you didn't think, oh, when I grow up I want to have MS and I want to be a spokesperson for MS. What was it that you wanted to be when you were a little girl?
When when I was little, that could be a number of things. But when I got over my wanting to be a veterinarian or a talk show host on QVC, I decided in college that I wanted to be a teacher, not necessarily like a primary school teacher. I wanted to teach at the college level because I have a sociology degree, and one of my instructors just blew my mind, not literally but figuratively, when she just started to tell me some of the things about society in general, and I thought, that is so cool. I want to be able to do that for other people. Just make them see the world a little differently.
And in actuality, that's what you're doing today. Not the kind of teacher you thought you would be, but that's what you're doing now.
That's a great point. Yeah, I mean, I remember, and Dan can attest to this, when we were first diagnosed with MS, it was so scary and it was so depressing, and most of the literature and the information you found was kind of negative. But then, that's why we have really strived to try and put a positive spin on the disease.
Absolutely.